we're going to pull back the curtains and dive deep into the dark money world of Mr. Monetizer. Sounds mysterious, I know. But what I'm going to do is, as I said when we started, I'm going to divert from this set of PowerPoint slides, and I'm literally going to go over to another set of PowerPoint slides of a real webinar and walk you through it and show you what it looks like. All right? Hope you like this idea because it works like a champ. All right, so let's go over to my Coaching Cash Cow webinar. Now, many of you were on this webinar and bought this product in the last week or two. I know that because I see some names that are familiar. Some of you were on the one last Tuesday with Daniel and bought from Daniel's list. All right, but I want to take you through. Now, let me go back for just a second. Go back for just a second. Go to slide, the model. Okay, because I'm going to bounce back and forth between these, and I want you to be able to see how it really, really works. Okay, when I talk about a 5-minute intro, here's what I'm talking about. I welcome people, I greet people, I say some cool stuff, I'll have some quotes in there. I will give the agenda and tell them basically what's going to happen. So there you go. You see that happening right here. Now, the next thing I do is I spend roughly 10 minutes delivering on the big hook. Now, in this particular webinar, I am not a fool. There's a reason I put this out there. I tell people, and I'm going to share with you in advance, I tell them in the emails, or whoever's mailing for me tells them in the emails, you're going to learn how I sold 110,000 in big ticket coaching in 67 minutes using a promotion that costs less than $100. So this is the delivery of the big hook. Now, if you notice, I said I'm going to reset a hook. This is actually I reset a hook right here and tell them that they're going to learn how to model my own profitable coaching programs, etc. So I'm actually giving them something else to look forward to on the webinar. But here's where I go in and I deliver the hook, and I tell them in a nutshell. And those of you that saw this one live, you know that, I mean, I really go into pretty good depth here, as much as I possibly can in the amount of time we have. And I pull back the curtains on a lot of stuff. Like I tell you specific numbers of how many people showed up, how much money I spent, and how if you didn't have that kind of money, you could go and get it for free. You know, you could get the room for free and things like that. I talk about why it worked so well. So I'm giving you the principles behind it. And then I take you to the step-by-step process of what I did. I give you the model. Now go back to this. Deliver on the big hook. Did I deliver? I mean, obviously I did because a lot of people were really excited about it. We had rave reviews, amazing testimonials coming in from that webinar, and 30% of people on the webinar bought, and a whole lot of people bought since then. But the fact is that this works, and why it works. All right, why it works is because so many people are accustomed to attending teleseminars and webinars, and somebody going, well, now, if you stick around to the end, or if you buy my product, you're going to learn all this really, really cool stuff. Well, I'm a believer that if you give some really, really cool stuff and just go ahead and teach them some things that'll help them that they could go out and duplicate immediately, that a lot of them are going to want to buy your stuff anyway. You build a better relationship with them over the long term. So I'm a believer. This is my model. Other people have different models, but this is how I do webinars. So then I go in and I begin to present the problem. So I go back here and I say, I also set another hook. That's just one of more than a dozen ways I market for coaching clients. I'll share some of them on this webinar. Bingo, set another hook, right? So then I say, let's back up a little bit. And I jump into big ticket coaching. And then I do a poll. And then I say, can you sell coaching? And all of these slides fit within this presentation of the problem. Now, you can't see it from there exactly, but of how I'm doing it. But what I'm saying, the things that I'm saying is I'm talking about, for example, what is big ticket coaching? And some people, they think, well, I can't do it because I don't have this big list, or I don't have, big format worked out, or I don't have a lot of people trying to join my program. So I talk right in here about the pain and the frustration trying to get started, and that, hey, man, if you could just sell a $2,000 program once a week and give you $8,000 a month, that's $96,000 a year. Would that change your life? And so I'm dealing with their frustration and their pain. And then when I do the poll, I ask how many of you currently sell coaching, how many of you don't sell coaching, and I specifically deal with the pain of already having a coaching program that's not selling enough people, or not making enough money in your business or online and needing another profit center, and that coaching programs will deal with that. So I'm dealing with the pain and the frustration, and that's the presentation of the problem. And I talk in there about where people go wrong and where they make mistakes. And when I say here, can you sell big ticket coaching? I actually disqualify some people, which I think is a good thing. I think if you say my program's for everybody, JP, then you haven't really focused it enough. All right. And then I go into, then I go into the presentation of the solution, that 20 to 30 minute block.